welcome back to Asia Now. My name is Alex, and in this video I'll tell you about a YouTuber arrested in Thailand, reminder that long-term Airbnb rentals are illegal in Thailand, details on that arm found inside the shark's belly, plus much more. And stick around to the end of this video. I have the most important thing that I forgot about yesterday when I did that fridge tour for you guys. The most important thing for me, see if you can guess what it is in the comment section. I'll give you guys a clue. I put that shit on everything. Starting off with a Spanish YouTuber previously married to a famous Thai model and singer was arrested in Kanchanaburi for illegally possessing protected animals on his 38-acre property, which had been transformed into an unlicensed zoo. Authorities raided the home of Francisco Javier Cuesta Ramos Franquestera on February 27th. Cuesta, I'm sure it doesn't matter. On February 27th, after receiving complaints about his collection of protected wildlife, including kangaroos, ostriches, deer, capybaras, pythons, and more. Cuesta, known for his wildlife content on YouTube, frequently posted about the animals online. He was charged under the Wildlife Conservation Protection Act, facing a penalty of up to 4 years in prison or 40,000 baht. Also, his previous wife was she got 15 years in prison for having smuggled coke, which this guy claimed that it was orchestrated by wildlife illegal trade syndicates. A whole bunch of backstory that I don't care to get into. But yeah, if you're a YouTuber, I know you got to make content like myself, but there's a fine line between, actually not really that fine. Don't break the law is what I'm saying. Yeah, because you don't want to go to prison because they'll teach you what kind of animals really exist out in this world. And what's up with these people harming animals? I don't know about this guy, how much he harmed them. And I personally think people that abuse animals are worse than people that abuse humans. Because animals are innocent. Humans, they have flaws, whatever. You could tell them, hey, I'm going to kill you, bro. Or whatever. But animals don't know. And what's going on in Negros, I think it is, or somewhere in the Philippines, there's 2 cases now of people just hitting dogs with homemade dart guns. What are you guys doing out there, man? And there's a 10,000 reward for whoever can give information about who's doing this stuff. Staying in Thailand, the Thai government has warned foreigners about renting out condominiums through Airbnb and similar platforms without proper permits. Officials emphasize that short-term rentals under 30-day are illegal unless the property is registered as a hotel. Violators will face fines or legal action as authorities aim to regulate their growing short-term rental market and address concerns over tourism, safety, and competition with hotels. A lot to break down over here. If you've been to Thailand, you'll see a lot of condominiums have a big poster or something in the front saying Airbnbs are illegal. So what does that actually mean? Because obviously there's Airbnb condos everywhere in Thailand. Technically, you cannot rent your home or condominium if it's less than a month over there. So if you guys are, staying for less than a month, make sure that the place is rented or registered as a hotel. And I think the main thing, I don't think it's to do with safety or nothing like that. I think they just want less competition with the hotels, just to be honest. It's understandable. I'm not blaming anybody because hotels got to make a business. It's obviously taxed and all this other stuff. But I understand why the government's doing this, but it's just another hurdle for travelers. Although, to be very honest, for short-term stays, I wouldn't recommend staying at condominiums anyways, because a lot of hotels in Thailand specifically are very affordable, and you can get some nice hotels for even 2-3 week stays. You might as well get your room clean, take swim in the pool or take advantage of their on-site amenities. Although condominiums there are very, very wonderful, beautiful, everything's amazing in Thailand when it comes to accommodation. So what do you guys think of that? Do you think it's more of a safety concern or just the government trying to get their cut and their piece of revenue coming in from short-term rentals? Next up on a crazy story in the Philippines, a former employee of the current President Marcos family, Simon Sander de la Cruz III, was arrested in Pasay City for allegedly scamming people out of millions of pesos through fake government projects. De la Cruz, who presented himself as an undersecretary in the office of the president, used the Marcos family name to convince victims to pay commissions for fraudulent government contracts, including infrastructure and supply deals. The Criminal Investigation and Detection Group arrested him based on 2 estafa warrants and a hold departure order from the Bureau of Immigration. Authorities are urging additional victims to come forward. Yes, so that's this thing about scams. Some of them are very elaborate. Some of them use celebrities. Recently there was that thing about, was it Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt? Anyway, there's a whole bunch of scams out there, man. This is insane. Scamming is becoming very, very significant around the world. Everything, I deal with scam emails almost on a daily basis. So on my Living Abroad channel, I get emails daily, and I have to make sure they're not spam because I get sponsorship offers. Speaking of which, I'm in kind of a dispute with my latest sponsor, they haven't paid me yet, so hopefully I don't have to make a bunch of videos explaining why they scam me and put their name to shame, so pay up. Next up, drinking has become rampant in Cebu City, with some people openly admitting to authorities during inspection that they are as young as 18 years old. I'm embarrassed to say I don't know what the legal age of alcohol consumption is in the Philippines, and because I don't drink or go to the bars, so I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, in IT Park, there's a whole bunch of people that look like teenagers. They probably are drinking all the time. There are these pool halls or just like at the little, bars or clubs, and I could just, even when I was younger, I'd go to like all age clubs all the time. Although I didn't drink, it was definitely alcohol. So yeah, I guess people just enjoying life. Have you guys noticed a lot of younger people at the bars that you frequent? Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to know. And yesterday I briefly mentioned about a human arm in a shark's belly, and I left it at that, but somebody's requested for me to give some more information on that, and since I'm a man of the peoples, here it is. Fishermen in Arceli town, Palawan, discovered a human arm inside the stomach of a shark they had caught. The shark, weighing 20 kilos, was caught about 26 miles off the coast. After bringing the shark ashore, the fishermen found the arm approximately 12 inches long. While slaughtering it, they buried the arm and reported the incident to authorities. What? An investigation by the Araceli Municipal Police Station revealed that the arm was too decomposed for identification. Local officials did not disclose the incident publicly to avoid confusion, and the matter was handed over to higher authorities for further examination. All right, so I guess this would make sense why they didn't report it, because people like myself would have been confused thinking it's the same person that got eaten up by a shark the day before, the two Russian divers. I always heard that shark attacks were really rare, but having two happen within the span of a couple of days, it's even more rare. But I guess this one seems to be decomposed. Although I don't know what the inside of a shark really consists of, how fast does the acid work to decompose an arm, and there's definitely a way to identify this person, right? But it's going to take a lot of time. More from yesterday, I talked about the two Italian tourists that didn't want to come out of the water from protected area in Thailand, and they threw a fit. I only showed you guys a picture of it, but here's the video. Check this out.
Sei pazzi! Good. You are crazy!
Yeah, I'm crazy.
I pay for your last.
You either come up or we fine you.
Catch me to go up this.
Okay, then we're going to fine you.
You know. No!
Good.
You are crazy!
Yeah, I'm crazy.
Via! 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 Dove le frega un cazzo! I pay for your last time in Thailand! Last time in Thailand!
Crazy. And you might think it's a language barrier. It might be, but they really spoke English well. Told the person you cannot, even sign language, you can't swim here. I mean, come on, how? Anyways, so what do you guys think of that? And lastly, Thailand secretly deported 40 Uyghur detainees in China after holding them for nearly 11 years, sparking global outrage. The transfer, conducted on February 27th under strict secrecy, saw the detainees flown to Xinjiang, where human rights groups fear they face torture or imprisonment. Critics, including Human Rights Watch, condemned the move as betrayal of international protections against forced repatriation. The decision strains Thailand's global standing, with concerns over diplomatic fallout, especially with the US and Turkey. It also raises questions about Thailand's refugee policies, as the detainees lack access to proper asylum screening. So before getting too invested emotionally into this story, because I think it's despicable if true, which seems to be, a bunch of things to consider here. Listen, I'm all for legal immigration. I don't want nobody going anywhere illegally and taking advantage of a country's system, right? I understand fully. I am a citizen of the world myself. But there are certain rules and regulation when it comes to deporting people, right? And also, people that seek asylum, like fleeing a country that's going to prosecute them and torture them and imprison them, that's not the same as somebody sneaking into a country trying to make money or do bad things, right? There's two complete different things. And to do it in secrecy says a lot about the country, to be honest. And it's kind of ironic where usually Thai people or the government, the police, typically is very lenient when it comes to tourists and foreigners being in the country without knowing too much. Like I said, I don't want to get too emotionally involved. I don't want to be biased or whatever. But whatever. That's how I feel about it. I think it's despicable. I think it's just there's got to be a better way of doing that. Once again, I hate getting political. I don't like it. I don't like politics at all, but I can't get away from it. As you grow older, you realize it's got its hands in everything you do. At the end of the day, if you go high enough, it comes down to politics. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I want to cover it because I don't want to like only talk positive about one country and not mention such a big story like this that happens. It's just, yeah, I don't like it at all. Oh, one more thing I forgot. Skype will no longer be available as Microsoft has done the following. 14 years after its acquisition for $8.5 billion in May 10th, 2010, the company posted via X that online phone and video service will no longer be accessible starting in May 2025. However, users will soon be able to use their login credentials on Microsoft Teams free version. Come on, man. How am I going to call back home now? I just recently found out I can use Skype to call 1-800 numbers in Canada when I have to deal with my bank and whatever else situation. That was always a challenge. How do you guys call back home? Like, because I don't have like a SIM card or any kind of phone number. I used to use Skype, but now, because it was difficult just figuring that out. How do you guys call back to the US? Do you have like, what do you use? And here's something I always have in my fridge, but I forgot to show you guys yesterday. I carry with me all the time. You may have guessed it based off the tagline. I put that shit on everything. Is hot sauce. In this case, Frank's Red Hot. Usually I carry something with some kind of flavor. I don't like sriracha. It's not spicy enough for me. Tabasco is a bit too sharp and vinegary. So Frank's got a little bit of a taste to it. If not this, something with habanero based. Pretty much anything, right? I usually like trying out different hot sauces. I'm not a big fan of ones that are not really, they're oil based. I don't like the oily ones. I do like the water based hot sauces. So let me know if you guys like hot sauce when you eat food, usually with burgers, eggs, pretty much anything, right? As the old lady said. You know what? I should give it up to Frank because back in the day when I first saw the commercial about 15, 20 years ago, back then swearing on TV wasn't that popular. So when they came out and it bleeped her from saying I put that shit on everything, pretty impressive. So bold from them. I think it paid off. Now time for a segment Yesterday Today where I share some of the most popular comments regarding our previous video. Neil Gonzalez says, the bridge is new and I suspect the building materials were subpar and standard. In order to cut corners and costs, corruption in my honest opinion could have been involved. And M. Leong says the bridge might cost taxpayers 1.2 billion pesos. How much of that was pocketed by bureaucrats? And PI Moto Tour said the maximum gross weight of a whole 40-foot cargo container can only be 30,480 kilograms. That's I guess 30 tons. Did the report really say the truck was carrying 102 tons? LOL. That's 102,000 kilos or 224,000 pounds. Basically an office building and 4 sorry stores on wheels. Come on, bro. Was it hauling cargo or an entire city block? Hey, good point, man. Because somebody said, somebody mentioned something about too much weight on the truck causing the bridge to collapse. And I was like, buddy, if it can go on a truck, it should be able to go on a bridge. So let me go back and see what the report actually said. Well, what did I say? 102, right? Did I misread that or did the report say? Let me take a look. Yeah, according to Philstar, apparently 102 tons is what it was written. So maybe they made a mistake. Oftentimes they do. It's not a big deal. I think that maybe translation or something. Either way, I've seen many errors in Philstar or Sunstar. It happens. So I'm guessing it's like that, but I don't care enough to go and look at multiple sources. Regardless, that's it for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I might do a live stream at some point soon if you guys want to join in to talk to me about anything you want. And that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe I'll take a day off. I don't know yet. See you guys. Bye.